Hiya folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans. And if you would like more cartoon news and shenanigans, please subscribe to the channel. We're growing quickly here. I'm at 125 subscribers, trying to hit 1,000. So I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe right now. And let's just jump right into this bad boy. So usually on this channel, I either cover news or shenanigans where it's like something's gone wrong, some company's doing something silly, or whatever. I feel like this is more of a shenanigan rather than a news story. Um, so we have yet another company doing a cartoon PSA where they're taking these like sort of child. I think at least Steven Universe, the second half of it, there's kind of like two halves, or like the final season where Steven grows up and then it feels more like a mature show. Um, Steven Universe Future, right? That feels more of a mature, where it's like the original series feels much more child relevant. So a lot of these companies, you've seen it on my channel. We just go down here to just 2 days ago. Just 2 days ago, I talked about this. Not this specifically, but Disney and PBS literally are making PSAs now. Disney made a musical. I did go back and watch that. It was like a minute long musical about voting and why voting's important. And Arthur kind of like has a thing where he just kind of like sits down and talks about it, which is what they usually do in those Arthur PSAs. Not the first time I've covered one, as you could tell. Somewhere on my channel, I covered it. Another one. Yeah. So in that video, of course, they wanted people to vote, and it doesn't come off as like, how do I explain it properly? It doesn't come off as like sincere. It's not sincere. It's like you could just tell that it's like, get out there and vote for the candidate we want, baby. So I did this video. I explained this in the last video too. Disney literally makes a video about The Simpsons. It's the Treehouse of Horror 31, I think it was. It's the new Halloween kind of episode on The Simpsons. And basically, what they do is they go over like 50 things. Now, the election for the presidential election for the United States. I'm Canadian. We have our own election woes coming up soon. But the American election is coming up. I believe it's November 3rd, if I'm recalling that correctly. And today's the 27th. This episode came out like 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks before the election, The Simpsons is like, let's make an episode where we have Homer looking at 50 things that Donald Trump did bad, or like 50 reasons not to vote for Trump. And I talk about this. I'm like, well, back in the day, a lot of cartoons, they were much more neutral, where you would talk about like the left, you would talk about the right, and you would talk about like both of them equally, right? And I think one of the only not companies, one of the only TV shows that still does this is South Park. South Park is one of the only shows that still kind of like takes cracks at both sides. But you could, like, where was the Biden? Where was the left wing? 50 reasons not to vote for the left wing candidate, right? They were never going to do that. And they know a lot of the teenagers and the young kids. Usually a lot of the older people, they have more conservative values, right? Conservative/Republican values. So a lot of the older people are going to vote, but a lot of the young kids aren't going to vote. So Disney's like, yeah, let's make this Mickey Mouse short. Let's make this Arthur. Well, they don't own PBS. PBS is its own can of worms. But Disney, they want people to get out there and vote. But they won't. It doesn't feel sincere when you have The Simpsons giving 50 reasons not to vote for Trump, and then you're using Mickey Mouse to tell people to go and vote. you're very clearly like in a very nonchalant, that's a great word there, nonchalant way, you're basically telling people, go and vote for Biden, go and vote the way we want you to vote. um so yeah, and these PSAs, different can of worms. This PSA, at least it's unlike the other one that tells you to go vote. And Arthur did one like a while back that I covered about Black Lives Matter. You know, and this, at least this one is about anti-racism. But I still found this was like a pretty cringe, like a pretty damn cringy trailer. We're gonna watch this, but I'm gonna turn the sound off because I know it'll get demonetized, or what do you call it, copyright claimed. So let's read a little bit here. We're on CBR.com. Okay, by Tim Adams. So Cartoon Network launches anti-racism PSA series with Steven Universe, OKKO, Let's Be Hero creators. And these are two of the wokest people in cartoons right now, by the way. Steven Universe, full of just absolute SJW propaganda. And OKKO, I think OKKO was even worse. I actually just did a video. If you guys want to go watch my previous video, I don't know what I ended up calling it, but it was basically about Trick Moon getting canceled. So if that's news to you, there was basically this series called Trick Moon. It's now been canceled, but not. I don't think it's canceled. I think the creator's looking for some other network to pick it up. I think Netflix is going to pick it up. That's I'm betting that on that. You know, I don't think Trick Moon's done. I think it's gonna, you know, give it like a couple months, and you're gonna hear about it being put on Netflix or Hulu or wherever else. So Trick Moon fans, you're not out of the running here. You know, I think Trick Moon's probably gonna get made. But again, we got two of the wokest people at Cartoon Network here, and they are collaborating with Cartoon Network on anti-racism PSA, and this is just cringe as fuck. Just so cringe. Rebecca Sugar and Ian Jones-Quartey, the creators behind Steven Universe and OKKO Let's Be Heroes, respectively, are launching a series, not just one, a series of anti-racism PSA with Cartoon Network. And, you know, it makes me sad that, like, they're wasting time on this. You know, I don't know. It's like, did we really need PSAs? Like, don't be racist. You know, like, do we need a PSA on this, really? You know, I don't know. I think the day and age, you know, you look at something like the KKK, they're on the decline. I don't know, man. This is a pretty wild thing to be putting up there in today's day and age. There's racism is disappearing. Does it still exist? Yes, but we don't need a PSA on this. Like, people just know, right? And children, you know, like, the teachers that are teaching, we see it all the time about these reports. I covered a report about there was a teacher 1 hour away from where I live here in Canada who was teaching girls that they weren't actually girls. Can you guys believe that shit? So the woke teachers are definitely teaching kids. You know, there's like 100% guarantee that, like, kids, by the time they're in like grade 1 or 2, they already know about racism. So I don't know. This PSA feels a little overkill-ish, but we're gonna take a look here. We're gonna take a look. Rebecca, yeah, I read that. Debuting today. So there's more of these, for fuck's sakes. Oh boy, I don't know if I'm gonna do videos on the other one. Maybe if they're really stupid. And are they all about anti-racism, or are they just generic PSA? Like, are we gonna get one on voting? Are we gonna get one on, like, fucking brushing your teeth? Are we gonna get one reminding kids to put stamps on envelopes when they mail something? Like, what's next? What's next here? Like, where do these PSAs go? Every company just wants to fucking use their platform to fucking get something down kids' throats, huh? And we're gonna see this debuting today. Don't deny it. defy it. It is the first of the 4 PSAs, so there's 4 of them, for the love of God. And features Steven Universe's Garnet, voiced by Estelle. I think that's how you say it. Future installments will be released on a bi-monthly schedule with different Steven Universe characters. And yeah, I don't, unless there's something like really egregious, I don't want to watch these. I get it. You know, you don't need to do 4 of them. Like, that is, like I said, just 1 was overkill. 4 of them? 4 of them. Okay. Like, if you really want to push it home, isn't that Sabrina? Oh, I watched the first 2 seasons of that show. I might need to catch back up. Season 4, huh? Yeah, I might need to catch back up. I thought that show was okay-ish, but we'll see. Maybe I'll catch up and watch that. Future installment. Sorry. Yeah, so 4 of them. For more information, you can visit www.crystalgems.speak-up. Okay, hold on. I gotta view this link. Where is this taking me? I need to see this. Oh God, what is this? The Crystal Gems say, "Be anti-racist." Okay. Cartoon Network stands behind anti-racism as part of our commitment to fostering inclusion and equity. Yeah. And, it's interesting that they say be anti-racist when a lot of the large animation studios in Hollywood aren't actually hiring white people, right? They're not hiring the best people for the job anymore, or they're going out of their way. They're going out of their way to hire like whoever. We seen it. What was it? The Oscars, or which award was it? I can't remember. But if you need, there was some kind of like award thing where if you wanted to qualify for the award, I think it was for the movies or nominations, if you wanted to qualify, you had to have like 50% gay and like handicapped and like minorities. You had to, like, so it's like, yeah, let's hire, instead of like, let's instead of hiring whoever applies for the job, let's go out of our way to find people. It's a bit weird, and they wanted like certain. It was super weird because they wanted like certain quote. Hold on, let me find. What was the actual thing? Was it the Oscars? Diversity quota for award. Hold on, let me see here. Doesn't appear to be loading. What a time for the internet to crap out, huh? Come on. There we go. The Oscars. Here we go. Yeah. Here it is. So the Oscars Go Woke introduce racial quotas for the awards, right? And when you're introducing, hold on, what's this bullshit here? When you're introducing what do you call it? Quotas. When you're introducing quotas like this, you are literally turning like certain. If you have to meet criterias, you're literally being racist towards certain people and towards certain people. So it's like, by not being racist, you're actually being racist, right? So if they're to get this award, if you needed like 50% black people, I'm just saying, I'm using that as an example. You just turned away maybe like 50% or like you just turned away a whole bunch of other people just so you could reach that certain quota. You know what I'm saying here? So there be like, this just actually feels like racist. And I wouldn't be surprised if Cartoon Network is doing a lot of this kind of like diversity hire and all that kind of stuff. As everyone goes completely insane over diversity, equity, equality, and inclusion, the Academy would have felt left out if they didn't install their own racial morality clauses. Yeah, and they were just crazy. On-screen representation, creative leadership. They like, guys, you can go. Oh yeah, here they are. They're just nuts. They're just like, they're bananas. They're utter. You got okay. Like, I can't seem to open that because I don't have a Twitter account. But like, guys, go read some of those things there. Some of them are like, you need at least 30% women, racial or ethnic group. Oh no, hold on. And all minor roles are from at least two of the following. So you need women, you need racial or ethnic group, you need LGBTQ, you need people with cognitive or physical disability. You see what I'm saying here? It's like, if you're an artist, you want to just make the show you want to make. But no, it's like, no, if you want to get an award now, you have to include the people we tell you to, which is basically racism, right? It's not just racism, it's also I forgot the word. Shit, I had it. Yeah, but like, it's racism, specifically with the race stuff. You're also being misandrist, which is the opposite of misogynist. Toward, it's like you're telling people you have to have a quota for women. It's kind of like, what about the men, right? And that wasn't just it, guys. Like, that was just like one. That was just like one of the requirements for like one. Look how long this is. I'm telling you, go look up the requirements for the Oscars. You will lose your mind at how nutty this shit is. And so yeah, we have Cartoon Network here. There's going to be 4 of these. They have some people. HIV/AIDS. The National Black Justice Coalition is a civil rights organization dedicated to the empowerment of Black, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and same-gender loving people, including people living with AIDS/HIV, HIV/AIDS. That's a kind of a weird one. You would think they would just be all in on like Black people in general. That's kind of, I guess they focus on just those people for whatever reason. Kind of weird. The National Bailout Collective is a Black-led. Okay, see, this one seems more logical to me. Black-led and Black-centered collective of abolitionist organizers, lawyers, and activists building a community-based movement to support our folks and end systems of pretrial detention and ultimately mass incarceration. This one seems better than that one. So if you're just a Black person who's straight, they won't help you? Is that what I'm seeing? Is that what that is? Dedicated to the empowerment of Black, lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, but not straight, and same gender loving people, but not straight people. So they don't even like this. They don't want Black straight people. Okay. And this is someone partnering with Cartoon Network, by the way. Great to see that, huh? Great to see that in a child's PSA. They don't. I wonder if these logos appear in the actual PSA. I did watch the PSA, but I didn't watch to the very end, so maybe they do appear. So this one bails Black people who are wrongly detained. So this one makes sense. They're not actively going there. They're not actively going out of their way to disinclude straight Black people, and the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund, Inc. is America's premier legal organization fighting for racial justice. So this is probably the best one out of all of the 3 that they have on board here. This one's for like everyone, because white people can be discriminated against too, right? It's something a lot of these weird loonies on the left forget. Acknowledgements written by blah blah blah. Okay. Wow, they really need you to know it's written and directed by the same 2 people. Yes. Stop bullying. So they're going all in here. It's not just, they're going all in. Stop bullying, speak up. Okay. I guess that one is better. Look, if children get bullied, that makes a lot. If they were gonna do a PSA, why wouldn't you do a bullying one? Like, just focus on the bullying one. What the hell's wrong with you? That, because like I feel like when I was a kid, all the kids at school were, in one way or another, were getting bullied in some way. We actually had a kid who shit his pants in class one time. Holy fuck. They did not let that kid live that down till the day he graduated from high school. High school. This happened in elementary school. People would be like, hey, isn't that James, that one kid who shit his pants? Okay, it was kind of funny, but it was kind of mean. But he did shit his pants in class, so I mean, hey, you had that coming, right? I mean, look, I know some people are gonna say that's mean of me, but like, come on, he shit his pants in class. That's fucking hilarious. Um. Anyway, back to the hoo ha. So the full press release in the first episode, and there's 4 of these for the love of F. Okay, so let's go ahead and plop on my majestic mascot. Pink to go there. Let's just block out some of this so we don't get claimed. Because one time, there was a couple videos. I did a review on one of the episodes of DuckTales where Lena gets magical, like Super Saiyan power looking. Well, she doesn't. She gets magic powers, but they do this whole like Super Saiyan blue where she goes. Her eyes turn blue, and then she has like this blue cloak and all this. And yeah, so let's just in that episode. Oh, sorry. What? I almost forgot. So in that DuckTales episode, right? I decided not to put this little mascot friend here. I forgot to not put this in, and guess what happened? The entire half end of the video got claimed, so I had to chew out a good minute of footage, which was not fun. So let's watch. And I don't have sound on because I don't want to get claimed. Okay, so we have Don't Deny It, Defy It. The Crystal Gems say be anti-racist, Cartoon Network. So there it is. There's a nice little logo there. This feels like something from the 90s, which is what they were going for. Let's just see here. Public service announcement from Cartoon Network. And a bunch of other people on their website. Okay, two kids fall down. Okay, in the sand. Holding hands there. Holding hands. We can already see where this is going. And then right away, like in 2 seconds, holy fuck, man. 2 seconds in. 2 seconds in. Let's get married. Holy shit. Wow. I'm speechless. They just cut right to the fucking chase with this one. Yeah, hilarious. So like I said, Rebecca Sugar and Ian, what's his name again? Ian Jones-Quartey. Jones-Quartey. 2 of the wokest. These people are left nutcases. They're gonna put the shit in, no problem. Like they don't give a shit, man. They don't give a shit. They want your kids to see this. They want, a lot of people. I get a lot of flack on my videos. They're like, "Oh, you're being a bigot because whatever. You don't want this LGBT stuff in children's cartoons." It's very clear that these people right here are using this as a platform to promote their own shenanigans, right? I'm pretty sure Rebecca Sugar said, I remember watching something of hers. She was in front of a crowd and then she admits, I think she was bisexual or a lesbian or one of the two. So right away, no shit's given. The kids are gay right out of the gate, okay? So again, people give me fleck for it because I don't want to see this in children's cartoons or PSAs, for the love of God. But I'm a Christian. I feel like when I see this, I don't feel like it's in a good. This doesn't come from a good place. This comes from Ian Jones and Rebecca Sugar. It comes from their own political agenda, and they want to push this on all the kids. They would love to see every boy and black Or they would like to see every interracial couple under the sun being gay in their children's cartoons. Again, remember this is the guy who had Ian Jones. He makes OKKO. It's implied in the ending that he ends up with Dendi, who is a kappa, which is a kind of like mythological turtle creature, which again would be bestiality, right? So you could see these people are very clearly left wing activists. So when shit like this appears, you can only laugh it off because you know how sick these people are. So let's keep going. So white kid comes out of nowhere. He says, haha, you can't. He even does a little slice or whatever the fuck. And he goes, you can't get married. So then the kids say, why not? And then he points and says, black people can't marry white people. Okay. They're really going all in here. And there's Garnet. And then they say it's Garnet from Steven Universe. Hooray. Hooray. You've got to be joking. You've got to be joking. She just appears and says, don't be racist. They could have ended it right there. Wow, this is something else, man. I actually thought the kid was going to make fun of them for being gay also. It's interesting that the kid immediately jumps to being well, I guess they did that to suit their own needs, right? But they could have had the kid just as easily say you're gay or make fun of them for being homos or something because there was two boys right there. But no, they completely glossed over the fact that they were boys, and I guess they wanted to. Well, it is a racism PSA, but interesting choice. You realize that they didn't have to include the gay kids at all, right? You guys realize that this was a anti-racism PSA. They could have just had a boy and a white guy and a black girl hanging out, or they could have had any number of scenarios. They specifically had the boys holding hands and saying, "Let's get married." What a weird way to start a PSA. This is something else, man. This is something else. So yeah, a lot of touchy subjects here. And Garnet just shows the fuck out of nowhere, and she says, "Don't be racist." And that's it. That was her lead-in. Like I said, they could have ended that shit right there. 22 seconds in. There's another minute of this. Oh Lord, what else does she say? That's it. That's it. That was it. They cut. What the hell? Okay, hold on. There's a camera crew. What's going on here? So he says, we just need to get coverage. We'll start again in 5. Okay, so it was yeah, like I said, I watched this already. I'm just trying to do it for you guys because you haven't seen it yet. But yes, so it is a action crew here, and they just randomly cut it there. And let's find out what happens next. Okay, so the white kid, this kid, the legend himself, self-aware legend right here, okay? He says, this is the cheesiest gig I've ever done. Okay? So this was an acting... So the whole gimmick is they themselves were doing a PSA in this PSA. It's a PSA inception, public service announcement inception, okay? So then this little shit right here, he's just like, F this gimmick, I'm out of here on my phone in 2 seconds. Yeah, there's a real PSA they could do, huh? Kids being on their phone and wandering into traffic, or being on their phone too much, Let's see what else they got. It looked like his phone changed color. I swear his phone was like black a second ago. Was his phone black? Yeah, his phone... Oh, I guess it was shadowed out. But yeah, so he says stuff like this. Stuff like this doesn't actually happen in real life. And then they say, "Whoa, are you kidding?" Okay, let's keep going. And then they said it totally does. Just because this has never happened to you doesn't mean it doesn't happen. And then the kid says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know." Interesting. So he walks it back in like 2 seconds. Then the black kid says, "Everyone messes up sometimes." But you got to realize it hurts to deal with racism. It's kind of weird because he looks like he's smiling there, but it's that I don't know. That's a weird shot. I think they should have made him frown when he said that part. That's a bit weird. And when people feel like it's not real, it makes it feel even worse. Yeah, most kids know this. Most kids learn this in school. Like I said, you don't need 4 of these. You didn't need 4 of these, guys. You didn't need 1 of them. So you have to here. Why was Garnet even in this? She has like one-liners and then she stops talking. Like what the hell? Okay, so you have to acknowledge race. Sorry, hold on. I forgot the line. What was the line? You have to acknowledge racism to work against it. Again, this is coming from Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network, which is owned by Warner Brothers, which will probably be catering to the Oscars. I talked about it earlier in this video. There's been a huge trend in Hollywood where they aren't hiring white people, and a lot of times it'll be like white people will be the only people who show up for a casting, and then they'll say no to all those white people and straight up go for like some other random person, just because they might be of a minority or I don't know, of a different group or whatever you want to call them. So there's been a lot of racism towards white people in Hollywood. Interesting that they're coming. These are the people coming out and making PSAs, right? And you're right. I can do that. You kids better work on this before the wedding. So she's joking because the kid at the beginning said about the wedding. And then they all started laughing and they said that's just for the script. Hold on, what'd he say? We only just meant today as a joke, right? But then Garnet takes off of her visor glasses and she winks. And you know what that means, don't you, folks? So Garnet actually has future vision. So what they're actually implying here is the kids are going to get married and be gay in the future. So there you go. Great PSA, huh? We really learned a lot about racism in this 2 minutes. Don't deny it, defy it. Be anti-racist. Okay. And yeah, that's that. They try to go for this like we're so cool, we're a 90s PSA kind of gimmick. Look at the logo, look at the font. But this honestly just came off as a very cringe. Let's just shove Garnet in here with some gay kids. Like, what the fuck? I don't even know what's going on anymore, man. You know, I miss the day when they used to make bumpers. You guys remember that? You remember when they used to make bumpers, cartoon bumpers? Sometimes between the episodes of shows on Cartoon Network, they would have like Shaggy and Scooby hanging out with like the Powerpuff Girls and Johnny Bravo, and a whole bunch of characters would be there, like talking and just like walking around on a parking lot or whatever. What happened to those days? This is where we are now. We're at the point where we need 4 anti-racism PSAs. Very clearly, they just want a virtue signal. I hope Rebecca Sugar and Ian Jones Cordy are getting those juicy paychecks from these PSAs. And I'm just sick of all the PSAs. I'm really sick of the PSAs. I think one of these would have been fine, but they had 4 of them. They're gonna have 3 more. Who knows? Maybe in the next one it'll be about being racist towards cripples. This time they had gay kids in it. Next time it'll be cripples. Maybe the time after that it'll be I don't know. What are they going to be? They're going to be racist towards like midgets. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know what the hell's going on at Cartoon Network anymore, man. It's just crazy. They've gone mental. The left has gone mental. I can't wait till you know. I can't wait till Donald Trump wins so we can see them just lose their minds again. It's going to be hilarious. So anyway, folks, that's all from me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This one's going to be controversial. I just know it. But yeah, I just why are we having these PSAs like all the time now? It's just nuts. And yeah. So that's it. That's it from me. Please subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye, Sandro.